What's going on, everyone? So if you clicked on this video, I'm assuming that you either have a YouTube channel or you're working on starting a YouTube channel. I know both can be equally stressful because I went through the same experience that you possibly may be going through. I started my YouTube channel about 3 years ago, and in the beginning I had no idea what I was going to do. I was doing a lot of research, looking at other content creators on YouTube and seeing trying to find a way to fit in. But I had to also remember that I'm my own individual person and they're their own people as well. So, I'm very laid back, chill. I'm an introvert. I'm camera shy. There's a lot of things that, that I'm not too proficient in to be that style of YouTuber. So I had to really focus on what I like to do and who I am as a person. I think that was the main thing that I had to understand. At the time when I started, COVID hit. Well, it was a year after COVID. So I felt like that was a perfect time to start and, get my foot in the door. But I was still working. I didn't have that much time. The consistency of my videos wasn't frequent enough. So my channel was a standstill. It didn't really do anything. That doesn't mean I failed. That just means that I had to readjust how I, post my videos and or my strategy in general. And I think that's one thing that a lot of people kind of, get mixed up with YouTube. YouTube is not a pass or fail thing, or you don't measure success that way, not in this situation, because it's your journey. It's what you want to do and what you want to create on your time. Granted, consistency is important for the algorithm and the pushing of your content and all these other cool things, but we also understand that life be lifing. I have a son now and I'm married, so a lot of my commitments are not always, geared towards YouTube. Like 90% of my life is my family outside of the other things around it. So yeah, sometimes that stuff has to take a back seat, and never forget what the goal is. And the goal is to be better at something than you were yesterday, or train people, or teach somebody, or be able to share your experiences with somebody else. I think YouTube is like a diary. Keep track of what you've done in a matter of times, or how many times it takes you to do something, and then you look back and reflect oh, I'm actually getting better. You may get better at thumbnails, you may get better at your content, you may find something in the diamond in the rough when you learn something new. That's what YouTube's about. It's about structuring that all together. I mean, we think about fame and monetization and views, likes, and subscribers. I think those are all great things. And there's a lot of content creators out here, especially seasoned ones, who have a high number of views, high number of subscribers, and all the comments in the world. They may have a lot of traction and following, but they started from ground one just like us with no true idea how to get there. So don't feel like you have to compare yourself to the people at the top. And that may not even be the real issue. It's just how do I do these things so I feel satisfied enough to make an impact for myself and the people around me who watch my content. So the first thing I would say is don't focus on the metrics. I've said this before earlier, but if you focus too much on that, the whole concept of you developing and being creative and learning new stuff and sharing your experiences, it kind of gets lost in the conversation. You don't want to always focus on that. You want to be driven in your way, minus the metrics. And I guarantee you, if you focus on you, that stuff will come. Understand who you are and why you're here. A lot of people say, oh, I want to be on YouTube because I want to get money, or I want to get a lot of subscribers, or I want to be famous, or whatever. But if you're trying to do that, that's cool, but your process or your journey to that might not be what you think. And there's a lot of people who feel like that they're entitled to that success, but no. Just because you post a video once or twice and you may think you're funny, or you may think this, may think that you're gonna get 100,000 subscribers or 100,000 views, and it may not work the way you want to. That doesn't mean your content is bad. It just means that you have to build a foundation before you can, I guess, take off. If you build that safety net, or if you build that strong community, your subscribers will grow with you. The people that follow you will literally follow you to the next thing, because it might be something that's super interested to them, and you're building a genuine following, a genuine audience. And not thinking about the metrics, not thinking about the money, not thinking about the fame. You're just doing this as a walk of life and a diary to see where you've started and where you are now. And secondly, I want to mention that try not to compare your success to other people. I know we have a lot of famous YouTubers like Kai Cenat, Mr. Beast, Gox, Casey Neistat. These are pioneers in the game of YouTube. Like, a lot of us look up to them, and a lot of people want to see the level of success that they have. And that's good. You need to have motivation and inspiration and things that come with that. But I was watching a young lady's video the other day, and she said that comparison is the thief of all joy. And when I heard that, it resonated with me so closely, because I always compare myself to certain people, or I may think, hey, I just did that same video, I did something remotely close to that, and they still got more views than me, or still. So as a human being, you kind of doubt yourself in that space, and you don't have to do that. I don't think it's fair to you to compare yourself to somebody else who's probably put a different level of work in, or someone who's, been doing something for their whole career. Who knows how much time they spent on that. My mom always told me never be jealous of what somebody has, because you don't know what they did to get it or how they're keeping it. Another thing I want to talk about is being consistent. Now, there's caveats to being consistent, of course. You can either be super consistent, meaning posting every week or every day or whatever you want to do. Or you can schedule some time to post whenever you want to, but staying disciplined enough to still do it. Like, not quitting on the schedule that you structured and things you put together. I also want to tell you that it's okay if you don't feel like posting something. Like, don't measure yourself or measure that success level off how often you post, because there is this such thing called burnout. You can burn yourself out to a point where you no longer enjoy doing what you're doing. So post whenever you feel like posting. I think that's the strongest discipline there, is knowing when you want to do something, like understanding that I shouldn't have to continue to grind until the wheels fall off. We like to use that phrase a lot to compare hard work. And yeah, you are putting in a lot of work, but you also want to be smart about it, because you put all your eggs in the one basket and then you have nothing else to give. Just try to post when you can. Give yourself some grace. We understand life takes over, work, school, home, family. Those things are super important, and YouTube shouldn't be primary to that. It should be at least secondary to all of that stuff. I also want to mention that there is no such thing as a perfect video or the perfect time. I just say just post it, because if you wait for the perfect video, if you wait for the perfect timing, if you wait for the perfect camera equipment, or you're waiting for all these things, you'll be waiting forever. Because it's not about what you have, it's literally your mindset. You can simply use your iPhone. These things are super powerful and you get a lot out of them. So, just posting, just post, do what you can, whether it's 30 seconds, whether it's 1 minute. We also have YouTube Shorts now, so just post in that space. If you feel like you don't want to spend a lot of your time developing and editing content and worrying about all the lighting and all that stuff, just focus on making shorts. Shorts is probably one of the best things that's happened to a lot of content creators, because of like TikTok and Instagram Reels, and shorts are it'll get you out there just as much as doing long form stuff, or live streams. So don't feel like you need to have the perfect setup, the perfect content, the perfect script. A lot of this is experimental until it works. Just put yourself out there. Don't burn yourself out, but give yourself a chance to really see what you're made of by just putting it out there. And the last thing I want to leave with you guys, I think about the viewership, like viewers, people who view your content, right? I'll give you an analogy, and this may be a bad one, but who cares? I'm trying. Think about 500 people watching your videos, right? So you're like, we'll say 1,000 viewers. 1,000 viewers may not seem like a lot on YouTube or in anything, but imagine 1,000 people in the room with you watching what you're doing. I don't know about y'all, but I'll be nervous. I'll be like, what's going on? Like, I can't greet everybody. I feel like I'm just out of my space, out of my comfort zone. Whereas you may have 5 or 10 people in the room. Still may be a little nervous, but you can still build those connections, have that authentic relationship with those 5 to 10 people. So I say all that to say this. If there's one person watching, accept that one person. That one person is a view. That's one view. Well, then that will then turn into 2 views, then 4, then 8, and then the viewership will come. So don't think that your first video or your first couple of videos have to have 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, 100,000 views. Like, no, look at every view as a blessing, as an opportunity, as a community member, embrace them, like speak to them, comment with them, like engage with those people, because those are the people that are going to stick around and they're going to see you grow, and you're going to remember those people. Guarantee you. I do it all the time. When I go live and I'm on my live streams, I remember those people who come in, chat with me, are consistent. They, ask me questions. I engage with them. Like, it makes my experience on YouTube so much better. Granted, it's always cool to see a view, 10,000 likes, 10,000 views, and all of these things. That's cool. Everybody wants that. Like, I would be a fool to say I don't want that. But I do also understand that I don't necessarily need that to claim my success on YouTube. I don't need that. I'm doing this for myself. It's my journey. It's my everything. So you should feel the same way about your experience. You don't necessarily have to feel like you need an abundance of people to be successful. But if you make a change here and there, let that be your measurement of success. So I don't have much else to say about that. I know a lot of this stuff may seem cliche. You've probably heard this before on other channels, but I relate to everything you're feeling. If you feel like what you're doing isn't working or you don't know where to go, it's okay. Look, I'm with you. We all learning together. So just don't pay too much attention to the outside noise and the pretty colors and the carrot they dangle over your head to say, oh, well, if you do this, you'll be able to make this amount of money. Really don't care. So I appreciate you guys for watching. If you have any questions you want to chat with me, feel free to comment below. I don't bite. I try to comment with everyone I can. Try to be as genuine as I can in this experience, because it's very important, not only to me, but to people that are around me. So I know, last thing I gotta say, man, just post. Put it out there. That's it.